Good morning, everybody. I'm Danielle Knox, and welcome to The Balancing Act. Today, convert your child's bad eating habits into positive ones. And omega-3 is an essential nutrient for your health. We all know that. Our heart doctor is going to tell us why. Also, Ivy Larson is here to help us keep our buns toned and tight. All that and more great stuff today on The Balancing Act.
Hi, welcome back. I'm Alexis with Danielle Knox. An epidemic is attacking the youth, and we must put an end to it.
Yeah, pretty serious subject here, Kim. There are over 9 million children in this country that are suffering from obesity. Alarming forecasts project that if something is not done immediately to help address this growing problem, a whole generation will become twice as heavy as its parents and grandparents. And just think about the health consequences. They're going to be devastating.
Yes, definitely. And well, here to discuss the topic with us is Beverly Rothstein. She's president and founder of Your Slim Vision. It's a program helping teens achieve and maintain their optimum weight. Welcome.
Hi, nice to be here.
Nice to have you with us. And this really is a serious subject because obesity in children has both emotional and physical consequences. And I guess for me, as the mother of 3 kids, how has this epidemic gotten so out of hand?
It's been a question of the availability of fast food. Parents are working, the kids just grab something to eat. Nobody is actually supervising what the children are eating, and eventually their habits are formed and they just grab whatever they want to eat in large quantities.
Wasn't there a case I read where there was a liver transplant
Absolutely.
in a boy from eating poor food choices?
And how
Absolutely.
old was this,
Obesity.
15.
Oh my gosh. Are you serious?
This is sad.
Obesity
This is really sad.
has gotten so rampant that 15-year-olds have liver problems. Think about the enormity of the costs of the health plans and all of the consequences of bringing up a society of kids that are overweight, that have high blood pressure, cholesterol problems, arthritis. All of these things are health consequences for the next generation.
Right.
So the time is now to change those habits in teens, to make them have a different mindset and therefore become adults that are not plagued with all of these ills.
Right. So what you're saying is that you think that the mind is what's helping to control weight gain?
Absolutely, absolutely. Your subconscious mind is 88% of your mind. You do things that you're not even really aware of. They're habits.
You mean like the eating while you're busy watching TV?
Exactly.
And
or doing
right.
homework.
It's subconscious, right?
It's subconscious.
All right. We have about 30 seconds left. Let's get to the DVD. Very quickly, tell us how this works.
Okay. The DVD part of the program, which is the basic part of the program, is 15 minutes. It shows the individual child what a good situation is and what the poor situation is. And done scientifically with special images, it changes how they visualize subconsciously what they're eating, how they eat, and how they feel. And it helps them feel better physically, emotionally, and just gives them better feelings. Their self-confidence goes up.
Beverly, a lot of great information.
Yes.
If we want to know more, because there's probably more to learn, where do we go?
Okay, you can go to my website, which is yourslimvision.com. On there you'll find out all about the product, testimonials, etc. And I also have an adult program there too.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, look at us, we like that. So it's all in our mind.
It's
really.
all in our minds,
Right.
not in our hips.
No, all in
All
our
right. Thank you, Beverly.
Thank you very much. You're welcome.
Did you know that our website is filled with the latest helpful videos on health, career, home, family, financial matters, and lifestyle? Well, it is. And it's at www.thebalancingact.com.
Now, what would you say if your doctor told you that you needed to start taking fish oil? You'd probably say, what? Gross. Until you heard what it does for your health. Then you might say, okay, tell me more. You've probably heard about omega-3 fish oil supplements and how they help everything from preventing heart disease to helping you lose weight. But not all are created equal. Dr. Seth Baum, a leading national cardiologist, is here today to tell us about Vital Remedy MD. Welcome, Dr. Baum.
Thank you very much.
So tell me a little bit about your background and how you got into this game.
Well, I started in medical school at Columbia University, went on to do internal medicine, cardiology, electrophysiology, and interventional cardiology, which are subspecialties that are very invasive. But then really saw the light and went on to practice preventive cardiology, which is what I do now. I wrote a couple of books on prevention, started a foundation called the Foundation for Preventive and Integrative Medicine, and also started a company called Vital Remedy MD.
Now, what is Vital Remedy MD?
Vital Remedy MD is a nutritional supplement company whose major purpose is to educate physicians and patients about the science behind nutritional supplements. We also have a number of products that are scientifically grounded, that are all assayed by independent FDA-monitored laboratories, pharmaceutical-grade ingredients, and they'll all have really science as their foundation that are available for patients to utilize.
So tell us some of the benefits of omega-3.
And they're being studied in everything from Alzheimer's disease, ADHD, depression, cardiovascular disease, weight management.
Wow.
Yeah.
Should everyone be taking it?
As long as you're not allergic to fish, then the answer, I think, is yes. If you look at where we were from a diet standpoint, where we are today, omega-3s, 1,000 milligrams a day of DHA plus EPA is really what we're looking for.
Now, we hear a lot about omega-3s. To clear up confusion for people, can you explain exactly what omega-3s are?
Omega-3 is a type of fat that's present in fish oils. It is one portion of fish oils. And the important issue here is that when we're told that we, and as we are by many organizations, that we should take omega-3s, we should be looking at two things on the label, DHA and EPA. We need to add those up on the label, and generally speaking, 1,000 milligrams a day of combined EPA and DHA is what we're looking for.
So what makes Vital Oils 1000 different from other fish oils out there?
For one thing, it is the only oil, the only fish oil product in the world that has 1,000 milligrams of combined DHA and EPA in a single soft gel. It's not just the fish oil, it's the actual...
So something that says 1,000 milligrams of fish oil, that doesn't mean it's got 1,000 milligrams of the nutrient that you need.
Correct.
Now, they're individually packaged. They have the days of the week written on them.
Yes, they do, for your convenience, so you don't forget whether or not you've taken one. They're also enteric-coated, so you won't get that fishy burp. And they're obviously, as all of the products from Vital Remedy MD, they're independently assayed by FDA-monitored labs to ensure that you're getting what you are told you're getting and what you need.
Now, there's such a wide range of prices in fish oils out there. Does more expensive necessarily mean better?
It is not necessarily better, and I'm very sensitive to the issue of price. With regard to Vital Oils 1000, for $1 a day, you can know that you're getting exactly what you need from a fish oil supplement. You're getting 1,000 milligrams of DHA plus EPA in a single soft gel, and frankly, I, a preventive cardiologist, designed it.
And how do we find Vital Oils 1000?
On the internet at www.vitaloils1000.com.
vitaloils1000.com, and you don't have retailers. Many doctors prescribe it, but people can, they don't need to go to a doctor, they can go right to your website and
That's
order
correct.
it too. Great, thank you.
Thank you.
Here's a way in which you can help reduce harmful carbon emissions into the environment. Use public transportation whenever possible. Carpool, shop locally, and ideally switch to a hybrid or energy-efficient car if you haven't already. But remember, in order to get the full effectiveness of a hybrid, you've got to keep it at least 5 years.
Good morning. Today we're going to focus on glute training. Now I have to be honest, this is definitely my hardest body part to train, and I know a lot of women share my same frustration. But you do have to remember, genetics plays a definite role in how your body looks and even how it reacts to exercise. For example, while exercise absolutely can firm and tighten your glute muscles, you can't necessarily completely change the shape of your rear. So So you do have to have realistic expectations. But having said that, if you do specific exercises that work all the muscles that make up what are commonly and collectively referred to as your glutes, including gluteus maximus, gluteus minimus, and your gluteus medius, and you work all these muscles in a balanced fashion, then absolutely you can definitely make a tremendous difference in how your rear view looks, which is pretty encouraging. But one common problem I notice a lot of women run into when they're trying to target their glutes is that they allow their thigh muscles, specifically their quadricep muscles, to take over, and consequently their glutes never really get targeted and they never really get the results they're after. Now, one of the major reasons this happens is that some of the most effective glute training exercises are also among the most effective thigh building exercises. So we're talking about classic exercises like squats and lunges and leg presses. And quite often, a woman who has less developed glutes actually has muscle attachment and leverage issues that favor thigh development over glute development. So these women end up getting bigger and more developed thighs, which they're not really after, and they don't ever see the results that they're going for in their glutes. Now, if this sounds like you, there's a few pointers you want to keep in mind that's going to ensure you target your glutes when you're doing your exercises. And the first thing you want to do is you want to make sure you're conscientiously squeezing your glutes as hard as you can while you're doing any lower body exercise. Now, back in the day, I used to be a cheerleader, and our coach would always say, pinch a penny, pinch a penny. And that sounds ridiculous, but it is seriously the best description for what you want to visualize doing. For example, let's say you're doing a single leg lunge press, and you're going to lower down slowly, but when you stand up, you're going to squeeze, squeeze, and pinch a penny. Again, you lower down, and then you stand up and squeeze, squeeze, and pinch a penny. You'll be amazed at how that one little penny pinching trick can make a huge difference. And another trick is you want to sit back on your heels when you're doing squats. I'm sitting way back, and when I'm doing this, I'm actually putting more tension on the back of my legs, my hamstrings, and my glutes, as opposed to if I lean forward. If I'm pitching forward, I'm putting more strain and more stress on my quads and even stress on my knees, which I definitely don't want to do. And then finally, one of the most effective techniques for forcing any reluctant glute muscles to respond is a technique called pre-exhaust training. And the idea is that you do a single exercise that works only your glute muscles, and then immediately following, you do a compound exercise that targets your glutes and several other lower body muscles all at once. And one of the best exercises for targeting your glutes is a full body raise. So you're going to go down on the ground, you're going to press your hands right into the floor, lift your body all the way up, your glutes, your back, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze at the top, and then lower back down, and then quickly you come right back up and you hold this position, squeezing at the top, all the way down. You want to do about 15 reps just like this. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze at the top, and then down, and then immediately following you want to roll up, and we're going to do a series of compound exercises. Starting with a squat, you sit back into your heels, 2 little pulses, and then you stand up and you squeeze your glutes nice and tight. You're going to really feel them burning. Come back down, 2 little pulses, sit into your heels, squeeze up nice and tight, and then you want to repeat this exercise for about 15 reps. I guarantee your glutes are going to be burning. And these training techniques, if you incorporate them consistently, can make a huge impact in helping you effectively tighten and tone your glutes. For more ideas, you can visit my website at goldcoastcure.com or check out the exercises in my Gold Coast Cure or Fitter, Firmer, Faster books.
Decisions, decisions. Where can you get help to make them? Just go to thebalancingact.com and you'll find all the resources you need.
Well, now more than ever, parents need choices to support their children's health. In many surveys, moms say that they want natural products for their children, but how do we know what is safe and effective? Many products make certain claims, but really, how do we know when we choose a natural product that there's any real science behind it in terms of safety? Well, here to explore some new ways to deal with your children's health is Dr. Bob Sears and Biornica Chief Executive Scott Buchow. Welcome, gentlemen. So, it's difficult for moms. You go out there are so many stores selling natural this, natural that, and I'm scared of some of these products.
Right, and I've stopped recommending a number of products because I'm worried about the safety. But a lot of parents come into my office and they want to know what they can give their children to help open up their airways, help them breathe easier, but they're confused about what they can use.
Helping children breathe easier. Let me tell you, I was woken up at 3:30 last night by a snorty 9-year-old. So what are we supposed to do?
Well, there's a natural product called Sinupret. It's been used in Europe for decades now. In fact, it's the #1 pediatrician recommended product in Europe. And Europe tends to be way ahead of the US when it comes to natural products. Well, Sinupret is a natural product that helps open up the nasal passages, helps kids breathe easier, and supports their immune system. And when I looked at the safety data and saw how good it works and how safe it is, there's never been a single serious side effect from Sinupret. I started using it in my office, and it really works. I've seen tremendous results with my patients.
Scott, what makes Sinupret so special?
Well, the first thing is we develop, grow, and cultivate our own plants and our own species of plants. So we have consistency time after time. And we've become the #1 prescribed or recommended product in Germany by pediatricians. And all the documentation that we have is done in children, or a substantial amount of it. So we have clinical trials to prove safety and efficacy where others don't.
So it's very safe, you've got the control, kids can open up their breathing passages and support their immune systems. Moms love to hear that. Where can we get it?
You can get it on SinupretUSA.com, it's on Amazon.com, and then we'll be coming out to select pharmacies over the coming months.
So it's a relatively new product. So SinupretUSA.com, Amazon.com, and they'll see it in their various retailers soon.
Yes.
Scott, Dr. Sears, thanks so much for being here. It's good to hear from a renowned pediatrician like yourself that there's something for my snorty 9-year-old that's not going to hurt her. And it's nice to know that there is a natural alternative out there. We busy moms need all the help that we can get.
When your parent is struggling with a task like buttoning a shirt, let them complete it on their own, no matter how long it takes. Instead of doing it for them, encourage them to do it alone. Care coaching means supporting your loved one while being a resource when they need help. They will appreciate your support and will be satisfied about accomplishing something on their own. Did you know that our website is filled with the latest helpful videos on health, career, home, family, financial matters, and lifestyle? Well, it is. And it's at www.thebalancingact.com. Hi, everybody. Welcome back. Kim and I were just sitting here having this really interesting conversation because you know, and she's laughing because you know the blackish, pinkish, orange-like stuff on the lining of your tub. It's that colorful something that you have to drench in cleaning product and scrub away with fine bristles as you bend your back out of shape. What are we talking about here, Kim?
That is mildew.
Oh, gosh.
And I have cute little mildew facts.
Oh, let's hear
Let me show you. Do you know approximately 100,000 species of mildew exist?
Okay.
And it can be any color you said, black, orange, green, or white. Okay. Gross. Can be transported by insects, animals, or by the air.
Interesting.
So,
I didn't know the insect thing.
Yeah. So we're not bad house cleaners.
Yeah,
no.
Not
Mildew
most of the time.
requires oxygen, water, and a food source, sort of like soap scum or body oil, or even construction materials, they say.
Interesting.
Yeah. And it flourishes in a humidity temperature range of 70 to 90 degrees, which is what?
That makes sense. That's your kitchen and your bathroom. Yeah. And you know, and that's the thing I always find interesting is the fact that, you know, kitchens and bathrooms are breeding grounds for mildew, and it has a lot to do with what you said, the fact that it's so humid in there.
So again, it's not our fault.
Yeah, I know. I don't want to take responsibility for the mildew that's in Kim's bath. No. But you know what, on a more serious note, you know, and I know a lot of parents out there probably feel the same way, you really don't want your family exposed to any of that because mildew organisms can cause respiratory problems and allergies. And so, you know, for a lot of families who have children who are already allergy sufferers, that's one less thing that you want to have to worry about.
Right, exactly. It's just not good for them to have to deal with all that.
No, not at all.
So there are ways to get rid of our mildew problems.
Okay. What can we do?
There is this new product. It's called mildew-free sealant. And what you do is literally replace the grout that you already have in your around your kitchen sink and around your bathtubs, which is where that mildew collects. And you put this in instead, and it actually is very easy. You do have to remove the old grouting.
Okay.
And what you do is make sure the surface is dry and put this on. And you have to leave it for 24 or 48 hours before you get it wet again.
So you have to wait for it to dry, let it cure. Yep. You know, the great thing I like about this too is the fact that it does clean up very easily. It cleans up with soap and water. So that's it. Just let it.
And it lasts for 7 years. So they have a, you know, you're going to be mildew resistant for 7 years.
That's a
big deal.
Great thing. And I know for a lot of families and a lot of parents out there, you really want to be in a situation where you're doing the best things you can for your family, that you're finding solutions to a lot of the problems that we have. have. And I know mildew for a lot of us out there is a pretty big problem, especially as we said in our kitchens and our baths. And so
we don't think it's really harmful sometimes. We sort of just think it's something that's just a color, or we don't really realize. And when you look at those pictures of these little animals, it's bad.
Right.
I mean, if we had a microscope, we'd be horrified.
Oh, I absolutely know that I would be. And I know one of the great things about this product is that you can find it in a lot of stores, right? It's available in a lot of areas.
Hardware stores, right.
Hardware stores. We can also find it online at sashcosealants.com, sashcosealants.com. It's available at most Ace, True Value, as well as Do It Best locations, or you can check your local hardware retailer.
Yes.
All
then
right.
we will not have colored mildew anymore.
No more black mildew for us, Miss Kim. What's new in the home? Brought to you by Sears. More families are staying home for dinner, so cook with confidence and convenience using America's fastest speed-to-boil cooking element. Make dinner quick and easy. Look for the Kenmore exclusive Turbo Boil on select electric ranges at Sears. We have lots of choices to make in life, and even though our schedules are often busy and hectic, we need to find time for the most important elements. At the Balancing Act, our goal is to give you the knowledge you need to help you make crucial decisions. With tomorrow being an historic election day, please don't forget to head to the polls and cast your vote. Every vote counts. I'm Danielle Knox, and thanks for joining us today. We'll see you tomorrow.